reception area, obviously of our St Aidan's Church to celebrate our 8-year celebration, and obviously you can see it's quite noisy. Everybody's greeting everybody, old and new people coming in, old friends and new friends coming in, and everybody's at the moment getting a bit of high, and I just hope it continues tonight with the presentation.
Can everyone see one of these? I've actually done it in picture form so that you can probably makes it more interesting. There's some spare ones floating about if you want to have a look at one. Right, the first thing I want to point out is the team. That's the team I work for. My name's Ken, I work for Salix Homes. If you can't see it, that's us doing a community clean-up. And the aim of our team is to help support initiatives in the community. And one of the things that we're doing is obviously supporting Tom and the Lower Kersal Young People's Group. The next picture is a school project. Now that's the first film that you saw. Lower Kersal Young People Group actually did a film for us, and it was called Who Cares, and it was about reducing antisocial behaviour and highlighting the issues around that. What I've put on here as well, Lower Kersal Young People Group have been recognised by Salix Homes. We've won our customer awards twice. The last one was for the best community project, and they actually won the first one as well for that film. The other thing I want to point out is it's at the bottom, grow your own veg. The Lower Kersal Young People Group actually got involved in a project from Right Tom about growing their own veg and cooking it as well.
Thank you for coming up. I'm a chair of the Women of the World Group, which is based here in Willow Tree at the Living Centre, and we meet here every Wednesday. And 2 years ago, we've been working with Tommy on a project to do a promo video, which was funded by the Broughton Trust, and we ran it here for about 6 weeks, I think. And it was very productive. We did a bit of interviewing and videoing, and we had fantastic promo video out of it. And we look forward to having another project coming up, I think in sometime January, February. So yeah, and we appreciate all the organisations working with us as well. Thank you.
Yeah, Steve Jones from Unlimited Potential and the Healthy Communities Collaborative. And we were looking at creating some films that acted sort of as a leaflet, information exchange, to spread some information. And the DVDs have gone on to be used in ways that we hadn't even imagined. So yeah, lots of fun, very, very interesting process. And two things I just wanted to say really. One was one of the most enjoyable experiences of my life was you saw the Stacey Cash show there, which was 40 or 50 women talking about cervical screening and raising awareness. And watching Stuart go slowly redder and redder and redder as the after, just a beautiful thing. But the other thing, seriously, was just how impressed at how hard-working and creative and skilled the guys were at what they did, because I didn't think it would look anything like that. So massive thanks to you guys for the work.
Thanks, Steve.
Cheers.
I do work for Neighbourhood Management, Salford City Council. I'm seconded at the moment to the union office, so I can say what I think of Salford City Council today. I've been unmuzzled for a year or so. But really, seriously about the project that I got involved in, I went to go and watch a movie. I think it was, I saw a few movies, got dragged to a few movies at different spots. I think I saw one at I brought at the Conservative Club about growing veg, I think it was, on allotments, which was really good. And that was a really good turnout. And then I got an invite on a Sunday night to go and watch Can't Buy Time. Can't Buy Time, where dodgy kids dressed up in weird outfits, pretending they were from Victorian times, and something to do with Suenians was thrown in there. It was an amazing thing, and it was a fantastic turnout from people from Lower Kersal. And I sat through many NDC meetings and the like with people from the NDC where they told me the community weren't interested in doing anything and didn't want to get involved in anything and wouldn't turn out to any of their events. And I must admit, I had to go to a few of their events where there was 2 men and a dog at. No disrespect to anyone that went to them, but actually going to Tommy's event was just something completely different. And when the opportunity came, I approached them afterwards. There was a refugee action around at the time, and they'd got some funding to do some project work around challenging hate crime in the area. And I thought nothing was better to try and get Tommy involved, to see whether the young people would get involved in looking at the issue themselves and working out what sort of film would work. Not just because we needed a film, we didn't really need a film particularly, but the process itself that involved the community in discussing, because all Tommy's movies brilliantly involved the community as well as the kids in discussing what it's all about, what are the issues involved, how do we do it. That collective process makes a huge impact in any community, I think. And that's why so many people turn up to anything that Tommy organises. That's why it's so well respected. And that's why it was brilliant that he agreed to do Animosity for us and get involved. And we got a whole new brand of kids involved from the album that had never been involved in filming before. We got kids that were known to the group that took part in, you know, hate crime to people, what does that mean? You know, what do those words mean? And actually to have kids discussing what that meant, adults discussing what it meant, putting the police people on the block about what it meant. I mean, I remember once we had two people went and interviewed Inspector Bailey who thought he looked like David Beckham. No one thinks he looks like David Beckham. If you ever meet Inspector Bailey, there's no similarity whatsoever. And we went to meet him to do a bit for the thing, and he went, right, what are you going to do to me? We're going to say, we're going to ask you what hate crime is, and you have to give us what the definition is. He goes, hang on a second, and he got on his radio phone, and he had to go and call someone to get the definition of hate crime, so he could read it out on a bit of paper. But what happened with the film is they turned what's written on a bit of paper that no one's quite sure what they understand into a real story about what racism is for people that live in this community and how it could be challenged, not just by the whole community, not just something that was inevitable, that would always be there. I know there's a lot of talk about racism at the moment with football or what have you, and it's always going to be there. Well, no, it's not inevitable. It's something you can challenge. It's something that people can raise awareness and learn about. And that film put it across brilliantly and did it so well, motivated loads of people to be involved. It was fantastic working with Tommy and the kids and everyone else around it. And I think that's why I come here today, because I think people, kids that are involved, and Tommy and Stuart and Leslie and all the other people that give their time for this project, it's fantastic. And I really think that I hope it goes on for another 8 years. In fact, another 80 years it keeps going, because I think it's been a real benefit to the local community and for really getting to grips with people to discuss real things. So it means some sense in their lives as well as something that they read on a bit of paper. So, I really do appreciate everything that Tommy did and what the group's done. Thank you.
I was trying to think back to when I started working with Lower Coastal People's Group, and I think I was outside in the car park doing a little bit of animation and stuff as part of a community event, so I'm minding my own business, and Tommy came up and asked whether I could do bigger animations, and at that point I'd done lots of little stuff, and I sort of said, yeah, I suppose I probably can. And we came up with a mad idea that we wanted to animate vegetables. And as you saw from the first video, it's due to the kind of skill of the young people and Stuart and everyone else involved, because I kind of come up with mad ideas like I'd like to stick some plasticine on some peas and make faces, and then they can be characters. And obviously, as you can see, peas are actually too small to actually make into characters, so we went with beans. I think they were beans, were they beans? Yeah, peas, beans. So yeah, it was kind of, I think what's great about the group is the way kind of I work with them now. We did Dig It, Grow It, and then we went on to do another project called Made in Salford, which was about seeing how much stuff we can actually make in Salford, to sort of give a kind of sense of pride about all the stuff that already goes on. So looking at what the group already do, which was having allotments and cooking, we decided that we'd make a soup called Leakable Likeable Soup. That soup then has gone on to be featured in lots of community events and things like that. And to see how much of the ingredients and the stuff that went into that could be made in Salford. So that's what you saw at Start Salford, then making a giant wooden spoon and things that we could use to stir the soup and things. And to get stuff off the allotment and grow all that kind of stuff and make that into this amazing soup that would be made. So what I think is great is these kind of mad ideas that we all sit around and we come up with, they always happen. And now I kind of work with the group and I do a lot of stuff to help get funding for the group. And sometimes when you're applying for funding, you're having to stretch the truth a little bit, and you're having to go, oh, I don't know if that quite fits, but we'll put that in anyway. But with this group, I never have to do that, because basically I know that if we put something into a funding bid and we tell a funder that we can do something, the group will follow through and they'll always do it. So that's kind of why I keep coming back, because I don't want to be in a position where I'm sort of helping groups and applying for things, and then kind of they can't do what they say they'll do. So Lower Curzon Young People's Group always deliver on what they say they'll do, which is fantastic, which is why I enjoy working with them. And also, whenever you come back, everyone's so friendly, and you always get a cup of tea, and you feel like one of the family, and there's never been a chance for a time when I've come and said to the young people, can you do this? And they've gone, no, I don't really know if we can do that. They're always so willing to do things. So, for example, when we had to pack a load of soil and seeds and things into 100 plastic bottles for an event, and we had a little production line and everyone did their own little bit. Very often when I work with young people, they'll do one and they'll go, done my one, can I go home now? Or can I take it home and give it to my mum? But it was very much everyone did a bit and everyone completed 100 of these bottles and filled them all up, which is really, really impressive. So, and the group continue to impress and sort of make me feel happy and pleased to be working with them all the time. So hopefully it will continue and we'll carry on getting loads more funding and things. So, which, as Tommy says, is a continuing sort of trial to try and get lots of other funding and stuff. So if anyone has a leprechaun with a rainbow and a pot of gold at the end and they want to give us the gold, or stash under the bed, that would be fantastic, or they know someone who does. So that's about it.
Right, thanks very much.
It's not very often I'm called a lady. Thank you. Well, I met Tommy, it was 7 years ago now, over at the Albion School, and I saw the first film that you ever did, which was a ghost story set on the allotments. And I think we helped you finish it, because we first met you as well, and you was only a lad. And what we've done over the years is we've seen all these young people who you had in your group then all grow up. And that's, to me, I've seen them go from dead little kids to going to university. And before I say anything, I've got two things here from two of Tommy's young people, who was very young people when I met them, and they're now both at top universities, well, the universities, best acting colleges in London. And they couldn't be here tonight because they're at college, but they wanted me to express what they say. And this is from John O'Neill, who you'll see in nearly every one of Tommy's films. And it's word for word, because he's got some London language in here now. But I believe it takes a lot for a person to inspire one person to do something, but Tom and Les have inspired a whole generation within the community, proving hard work, dedication, passion and general understanding can get you places. These two people played a big part in my youth and taught me a lot. I thoroughly respect them for that. I am sure all the other guys do. I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing today if it weren't for Tom, if he didn't put that first seed of belief in me. Two brilliant peeps, and I look forward to seeing them. He's going to be an incredible actor. And the next one's from Stacey Harcourt, little Stacey, who's now about 22. I can't thank you enough for all the great opportunities that you gave me and all the fantastic films you let me be part of. It was because of these great experiences that I've managed to take this exciting step in landing a place at one of London's drama schools. You were always such a great support and put so much into the community. Congratulations on a fantastic 8 years, and thank you for letting me be part of it. Tommy and Leslie for also letting me and the Real Manchester be a part of it. Because when we come back here, every time, it's like being part of a family. You know, everybody is family, working with the young people, with the older generations as well, to every age. It's heartwarming, and hasn't a year gone by since the day we met that we don't come back. And I feel very much a part of it. But I have to tell you one story, because I have been telling loads of stories about Tommy. It's Top Deck. Top Deck. I don't know if any of you have seen it. Tommy brought a double-decker bus and said, oh, we can do this, it'll be nothing, I've seen it. I've seen it on EastEnders, he did it on the tube. Right, on EastEnders, it's not real. They have a set and they move it out. Tommy had everyone on the bus with the movable seats, and it was about 120 degrees. Right, we nearly killed people on top of that bus that day. Some of them had to keep going. It was the hardest job that we have ever done in our life. But Tommy, no, we're going to do it. And another one, can't buy time. We had, how long was it? 3 hours in Salford Museum to actually film. It was about 20 pages of script with a cast of 4 million. all in dress. The museum wouldn't let us touch anything. It's saying it's a museum, not a stage, not a film set. Right, they didn't even want us in there. They made us take our own rubbish home with us, didn't they? That was one of the stressfulest nights I can ever remember in my life, but we did it, and we keep doing it. And Tom, if I won the lottery, I'd give you the money tomorrow. Right, I really would, because what you do is absolutely invaluable, and I've loved every single minute of working with you and Leslie. Thank you.
Even though I can see I'm a man of hats. I got this one on, so this is one I wear and I run into pubs and say, what year is this? But anyway, what year is this? Anyway. I just want to say rubbish, everything is here really. I had the privilege of getting involved, was that about June this year? June. And the group were already somewhere into this World War II idea that they wanted to produce a play. And I came to about 2 meetings, and I remember the first meeting, initially I came to about 2 meetings, I came to a lot more than that. Well, I like to waffle as well. But when I came here that first time, I was so impressed. First, there was the age range and the way that everybody really got on. It was like one really big family. And I really felt that. I felt really welcomed. I was really welcomed on that first day. And from there on, we started working on improvisations and things, and various ideas started coming out. And it's probably the fastest play I've ever wrote. I wrote it in 6 days. And I kind of came in here, and I'm always nervous with anything new. I might look like I'm all right, but I was quite nervous. And we sat around reading it, and people started laughing in the right places, which was kind of nice. And then we had people crying, and I thought, oh, I think we've got something on our hands here. Because what I wanted to do was capitalise on a bit of a cliche, but kind of the love that was already within the group. So we kind of wrote a piece where you saw a little bit of animosity at first, and this community that thinks they're not going to get dragged into the war, and they're all like separate families, and then when they get in the bunker, they all become a big family. The animosities are lost, and there's humour, there was warmth, there was a bit of poignancy, which the audience all loved, and we built these lovable characters, and then I killed them all. It just went. What I was really impressed with was, for a group that had never done theatre before, I've worked with lots of people that have done theatre, and there wasn't any difference. They just threw themselves in there. They responded well to the direction, like actors do. They came up with suggestions, like actors do. And they carried each other where lines might be dropped or whatever, like actors do. There was absolutely no difference. And we came up with a stunning piece of theatre, and you all did magnificently with it. And we are working to bring it back to, and we're looking at trying to get it a 3, 4, 5 night run somewhere. That's what we want to do. And it will be coming back, as I say, next year. But thanks very much to you all for letting me get involved with you, because I loved it. That was brilliant.
The project that I'm involved with the Broughton Trust is called Investing in Youth, and it's a lottery funded project, and you mentioned before about if you won the lottery you'd like to give all the money to locals or young people's group, and I can fully appreciate what you're saying, because it would be wrong to say what's going on here is unique, because it's a kind of an overplayed word in a sense, but it's very hard to find other projects that compare with this in terms of the variety of what's involved, the range of people from the community involved, the depth and quality of the work that goes on is absolutely phenomenal. And from my point of view, it's really good to have had the opportunity to be able to support one of the projects here, and hope that we will support some more over the course of the next couple of years. The lottery project that I'm involved in is a 4-year funded project, and we've got hopefully an opportunity to work with you again over the next couple of years. It's helpful for us in a number of ways as well. One of our staff, Stuart Fraser, who unfortunately can't be with us tonight, was able to get involved and work with the Cookery Project. In some ways, it's sad that he's not with us, but because he would have really, I think, well, it would have been probably quite embarrassed to have been brought up here and had to speak to you all, but he, as one of our youth work staff, has also been studying at the college catering. He's still studying the college catering, but he's also now got a job working in a restaurant, which is his chosen career, and his work supporting the catering project here, I'm absolutely sure, has helped him to further his career, which is good. I'm sure you're all pleased for him in that respect, and no doubt he'll be back to visit you at some point. Maybe drag him into the kitchen and do some cooking. I think would be quite good. So I'm not going to say any more at the minute. I'm going to invite Robert as well. I'm sure Robert wants to say a few words, and we've got some certificates to present as well. So thank you.
Rob Broomfield, yeah. I tend to deliver some training. I've been really happy to be involved with Lower Kersal Young People's, and through Tommy and Leslie over the last 3 to 4 years, and we've put quite a bit of training in, and we do food safety awards, and like you just said, we've got Stuart Fraser, who I now teach at college, college lecturer at Salford City College, and I've known Stuart now for the last 4 years, and we took him through from being a little lad, and now he's doing his advanced culinary skills, full-time employment, going on to big and great things. So hopefully he'll be coming back soon and doing some master classes for you. So that should be really good. We've also got other people in the audience tonight who we've got on level 1, Sean being one of. So there is a great progression. People coming, they're doing these awards, they're passing, and it's leading on to bigger and better things. They're getting careers in the chosen careers. And you were mentioning about the lottery. You don't need, if you could only bottle the talent in this room tonight, you don't need lottery funding. If you could sell that, it'd be worth millions. Because what I've seen up there has been absolutely I'm really proud and privileged to be able to give out certificates as well tonight, both level 1 food safety certificates, but also level 2 as well. And level 2 is quite a decent standard, you know, you don't mess about with level 2, so.
I'm representing the Salford All Saints team ministry. That's made up of St Luke's Weeks, St Thomas Pendleton, Holy Angels on the Height and St Aidan's down here, when I am on a Sunday morning up the road at Pendleton Church. Following 2 successful summer holiday clubs held at St Thomas Pendleton, Denise Owen, who is from this church, had helped me at those clubs and decided to hold a Key Stage 2 club for younger children at St Aidan's. So I agreed to help Denise with this. Initially, the church club met on Tuesday before LKYPG. Due to numbers attending each group, we moved to Monday nights and Monday Club was born. We held an interactive Salford All Saints team event, Experience Easter, with children from Lower Kersal School. This involved visiting 6 tableaus around the church to tell the Easter story. It was very popular with the children and the helpers. Following the event, there was a dramatic rise in the number of children who came to the club. Some weeks we had 40 children. It came from Lower Kersal, St George's and Riverview. With only 4 adult volunteers and 2 teenagers, Jordan, with us from day 1, is away, and Charlotte, we were really struggling. We commissioned 3 staff from LKYPG to help, and they come each week with a good number of volunteers, some from the older people in LKYPG. The Church of England and the Diocese of Manchester have given significant financial and professional help to support both Monday Club and Tuesday Club in a time of financial recession and organisational change. Without this assistance, the Monday Club would not have been able to continue and thrive. Both groups support parish and community at St Aidan's, and it's great that older children from Monday move on to Tuesday Club. One of my roles is to link Monday and Tuesday clubs to St Aidan's and to the All Saints team. As Child Protection Coordinator for both the parishes of Pendleton and Claremont and Lower Kersal, I ensure policies are in place and adhered to protect children, young people and vulnerable adults. As the club moves past its 3rd year, Denise has left to train for the ministry. It is reassuring to know we have enough assistance to grow and develop our ministry to children in Lower Kersal, and shows the true meaning behind the word team in Salford All Saints team. I know the youngsters are hungry, but I'd like to thank Tommy, Leslie, Stuart, Jordan, Charlotte, Gladys, Mary, back from where? There's a wave, Mary. Emma, Nathan, where's he gone? There he is. And a host of others. Thank you very much.
Well, if I could just echo what Rowena's just said, and thank her for all that she does as Child Protection Coordinator, because it's obviously a very, very important job. So if we could just thank Rowena as well. As Tommy said, my name is Daniel Burton. I'm the new vicar for St Aidan's and also for Pendleton and Claremont. I've only been in post 2 months, so I'm just getting to know the area. But I'm really proud of the fact that we've got this partnership here with the Lower Kersal Young People's Group. And I'm really looking forward to getting involved in the work of the project. And I'm so sorry that I didn't get to see Keep Calm and Carry On, but I think that I might get a chance to see it on the rerun whenever it appears again. So congratulations, Tommy. Congratulations, Lower Kersal Young People's Group. I look forward to working with you for the next 8 years, I hope. And let's hope that we have a great partnership. Congratulations, everyone.
I've been chair now for about, I think it is about the 8 years. For about 8 years now, and I've thoroughly enjoyed myself. I've met some fantastic people, children that have grown up into fantastic adults, and to tell you the truth, I didn't realise we'd done so many films. I really didn't. I forgot about half of the ones that I'd seen. Leslie and Tommy do a fantastic job. Everything's fantastic. And I just want to thank everybody that's come, given the time to come and say nice things about our group, and hopefully we can continue in the long years ahead, and hopefully one day get our own building. You never know.